You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey there, Y&R fans. It's Belinda from Soap Dirt, and I have got some exciting news for you guys. You know, we've been talking about Aunt Jordan for a while, and a lot of people were wondering who she is. Is she real? And now, of course, we know she absolutely is real, and they have cast someone absolutely fabulous to play the role. Colleen Zinc from As the World Turns is showing up in town as this villainess, and I'm going to talk to you about this new promo that they just released about her, and then also about Nikki just completely spiraling. I mean, she is just getting worse by the day. Looks like she's going to hit bottom soon. And speaking of hitting bottom, we've got Gloria Abbott news, and we've got some updates about Chance Chancellor. We're going to dig into all this, but if you haven't already, please reach down and click subscribe so you don't miss any of our Young and the Restless updates. So usually on Sunday, Y&R puts out a promo. They have been doing it on Facebook Reels, and then sometimes they put it on Twitter later in the week. They're not doing it on YouTube like usual. They've been really weird about it. And this week, instead of giving us a full freestanding promo about coming storylines, they devoted that airspace to introducing Colleen Zinc as Aunt Jordan. And Aunt Jordan's last name may actually be Howard because Cole Howard is coming next week. And I'm going to show you a picture in just a second. And you can see Jordan and you can see Cole. And if you look at the background of the photos, they are both in the house of horrors where Claire is keeping Nikki right now. That's very important. So in this little promo, and I'm going to show you this promo in just a second, it's basically Colleen Zinc on the set, and she's in character as Jordan. She walks through the lobby of the GCAC through the revolving door, and she strikes this very interesting catty evil pose and says, I'm going to turn their world upside down. If you ever watched Colleen on As the World Turns, you know she is a top-notch villain. They did a great job casting her. I was applauding from the moment that I heard it, and then seeing her in the scenes last week and then this promo, it is just absolutely amazing.
I'm going to turn their world upside down.
And speaking of other exciting things coming this week, I'm going to tell you about the other promo that we have, because there's actually two promos for the week. And I'm going to break it down for you, and then I'm going to tell you the spoilers that relate to it so you know what day to look forward to this stuff. So the very first scene in this other promo is Jill Abbott sitting with Chance Chancellor at Crimson Lights. The scene is edited to pretty much just show him and his grandma Jill, but Nina, his mom, is there as well. And Jill says to Chance, come to work with me at Chancellor Winters. Honey, I will teach you the ropes of the business world. So both Nina and Jill are very upset that he's been shot yet again when he was supposed to be safely behind the desk being the chief of police, and they really want him out of this job. I also think Nina wants him out of his, low-key, whatever sort of quasi-relationship with Sharon. We'll see how that goes, but on the job front, things are moving fast. So this scene happens on Monday, November 20th. Nina and Jill worry about Chance, is what the official spoiler says. So Jill's going to make this offer. Chance is going to have to think about it. I mentioned in the predictions for this week that I was hoping that maybe Summer offers him a job at Marchetti, and we got a couple of comments. What would he do at a fashion company? Well, what would he do at any company? He doesn't know how to be a corporate anything. He's been a soldier, he's been an agent, he's been a law enforcement officer. He could be the head of security at either company. Nate was a surgeon who ended up being the COO of Newman Media. So, Newman Media and then Newman Enterprises. So it's kind of funny for people to comment, how could they do that? Because they don't care. They write what they want to write. And if they want Chance to go to work at one of these corporations, well, he certainly will. And that's that, All right. The second scene is the one I'm super excited about. Actually, I'm super excited about the third scene. This one I'm middle excited about. And it's at Society, and Abby Newman walks up on the Fisher Baldwins. There's Michael sitting on the sofa. Next to him is his mom, Gloria. She's in these these sunglasses and she's kind of draped over the arm of the sofa. She looks hungover, maybe still drunk. I don't know. She looks like she's in very bad shape. And Lauren is there. Chloe is there. Kevin is there. Kevin Fisher is back. It's been a minute since we've seen Greg Rickard, and boy, do I love him. And Abby walks up and says, well, it is so good to see all of you. Michael, Gloria, I'm glad you're home, and I'm glad you kept her out of prison. So that is happening the day before Thanksgiving on Wednesday, November 22nd, when the official spoilers say Michael and Gloria return along with Kevin. And then, of course, we know that Lauren and Chloe are there. I don't think that Gloria is going to stick around too long. We'll see. I know that probably Kevin is not going to stick around that long because Greg Rickard is or was on contract over at Days. It's hard to figure out what people's obligations are at Days because they shoot 6 months ahead. So right now in Days, they're shooting May activity. But as far as I know, he remains on contract over there. So I don't expect him to stick around for very long, maybe just for Thanksgiving. We'll see. All right, the third and final scene of this promo, which is amazing, is Nikki in the House of Horrors, and she is standing there with a bottle of vodka in her hand. She chugs it down, and then she smashes it on the floor. She starts crying. She staggers over to the bed, throws herself on the bed, bawling, and says, oh God, what have I done? That's going to be on Tuesday, November 21st, should be, because the official spoiler says Nikki plans another escape. If you didn't watch last week, you definitely need to watch because Claire put straight vodka into her IV. And I mentioned this before that I had done some research on what does that do when you have alcohol in an IV. And what it does is it bypasses your stomach. You probably know this when you drink. If you have food on your stomach, then the alcohol doesn't hit you as hard or hit you as fast. And if you don't have food on your stomach, it'll hit you a little faster. Well, by putting it in an IV, you skip your stomach altogether. You skip the kidneys that are filtering it. You skip all that, and you basically put it right into your bloodstream, right into your brain. That is the fastest way to trigger alcohol addiction. And since Nikki is a recovering alcoholic, that's what they say. If you're an alcoholic, you're always a recovering alcoholic, even if you stay dry. That's how they phrase it. My dad was one. So unfortunately, I know a little bit about this stuff. And anyway, so they knew that that was the fastest way to get her drunk. And then Claire came downstairs. This was last week. And Jordan, that's when we first got to see her. She basically said, don't wimp out on me. And then next week, we're going to see Cole. And at this point, because we know Cole is in the House of Horrors, and then on Monday, Claire is going to tell Victoria that Nikki had an accident at her aunt's house because she's trying to lure Nick and Victoria and Victor there because they are all part of this revenge plan. And it looks increasingly like Cole is Claire's father and that Claire is the daughter of Cole and Victoria that died way back in the day. And if you remember, Cole's mom is Eve Howard, who was obsessed with Victor. Eve definitely died because at one point they dug her up to use her DNA sample, unless for some reason they're going to do a complete rewrite of history. But I don't think so. I do think that Jordan is probably Eve's sister. That would make her the right age and everything. So we'll see how that plays out. But right now, I'm going to show you the second promo so you know what's coming this week. If you haven't already, please reach down, click subscribe so you don't miss any of our updates. Buckle up. Here's this brand new spoiler. Thanks for tuning in. This has been Belinda from Soap Dirt.
Come to work with me at Chancellor Winters. Honey, I will teach you the ropes of the business world.
Well, it is so good to see all of you. Michael, Gloria, I'm glad that you're home, and I'm glad that you kept her out of prison.
Oh, God. What have I done?